I'd been trapped in that basement for 5 long years. The day I got my period, I asked him if I could go upstairs to take a shower. He reluctantly agreed. It was the first time in 5 years I'd left that room. Even while I showered, he stood there watching me. That afternoon, his mother noticed a hair on his clothes and thought he was dating someone. Afraid she'd discovered the truth, he shaved my head completely. When Christmas came, he gave me the latest music player. I acted excited, but it was only to make him lower his guard. I asked if I could see my family. He lied and told me they'd moved away. What I didn't know was that Mom had never stopped looking for me. That night, he took me back to the room, tied my hands, and raped me. I asked if I could go for a walk, and this time he didn't refuse. When my feet touched the soft grass and I looked up at the moon in the sky, my eyes lit up again. He immediately realized that despite my obedient act, I'd never given up on escaping. He quickly dragged me back to the basement. I'd been locked up for 29 days. I started doing all his housework, and no matter how cruel he was, I didn't dare complain because every mistake meant getting beaten. Sometimes he'd dump food on the floor and make me crawl and eat like a dog, then toss me back into the room like garbage. But that wasn't enough for him. After I fell asleep, he'd deliberately turn on the lights, trying to break my spirit. I could only pretend to submit, which gave him a false sense of control. As a reward, he took me out for the first time, but made me wear shoes that didn't fit, so I couldn't run even if I tried. When a stranger walked by, I couldn't help but glance over. He immediately yanked my head back to face him. We went to a store to buy renovation supplies. I put a can of paint in the cart and turned around to find he'd disappeared. I wanted to ask someone for help, but his voice still echoed in my head. While I hesitated, he was already behind me. Back home, I was filled with regret. Then I heard a report about missing persons on the radio. In that moment, I realized Mom had never given up on me. I knew it was time to figure out how to escape this place.